DarkZero wanting the same. They have so many. Speaking of a Galactic Legend online, and no one is in the crosshairs here. Do find a Madara on the tail end of that ultimate, but maybe a little mistiming there, and that could come back to bite them.
I mean, maybe expecting them to get through the choke, but can DarkZero just hold back? They go up from the high ground, drop down below as Velocity. He's got the survivability. Fate of both worlds coming in together to combat that of Fidel. Already nearing 80%. Got to look at the ult economy, as you already mentioned. Amazing with that Kraken impact. They need the survivability. Kurova wants to build into this invisible boundary. That's going to be important if he stays alive. While we see the Angela, the disruption, the follow-up with DarkZero taking the high ground. Once again, a different roundabout rotation here from DarkZero, but they have to recontest. ChopperMag already nearing 96%.
Getting closer and closer. DarkZero starting to get some percentage back though. It's into the OT timer, and the fight is pushing on here. But here we go. Dance to the butterfly coming out around the back line. If they can take down Amazing, this could be great. But they do find impunity. Immediate trade on Apathic though, and the boundary is going to keep them up a while longer. Sia as well. Skittles putting in the work. Apathic with the Galactic Legend there, trying their best to shut them down. They succeed. Speeding past the OT timer, and just like that, it's the first round to ChopperMag.
ChopperMag! They don't want to waste any time with a beautiful turnaround on that point, but I have to call into question here, Matzy. Kurova with that invisible boundary was made to at least try to save impunity, but it was too late. Now you've burned up on that strategist ultimate, and you won't have it going into this next round, considering we are in domination.
Ooh, looking to see if they can flank through there. Might be able to get Skittles' first casualty. Fidel going to be the first one down there, so nicely done for DarkZero. Skittles bringing them back to the BRB though, and the focus diverts to Duep. So DarkZero trying to see if they can stall out their attention here before the mission area unlocks. They are looking to block them out. No one else going down just yet, but Zensari looking very close to going down. The dance comes through. Soul Resurgence up, but it's immediately punished there. And DarkZero are just clawing at it.
Negating the Soul Resurgence, Fidel has been the target for DarkZero at the start of a lot of these fights. Now Amazing gets the again and again, the crack and impact reset.
Starry is trying to break their way around the gap already, brings down Heaven's Retribution here. It's time to get into the next fight.
And now Velocity is forced to answer back immediately after looking at Zen's, right? They have the fate of both worlds, and as now Madara tries to send it out up on the high ground there by that choke. He's isolated Fidel, the first to go out in the next fight here, but with some help from Skittles to get the BRB, and Bobo, it's a feast here as he sees everybody grouped up to could be a reflection of what we had seen in that first round, right? Very similar case here, but instead it's ChopperMag having that advantage already. Pathic with a Galactic Legend sees everybody from DarkZero stuck inside, and that is what they wanted. They wanted to get the invisible boundary out because now ChopperMag...
Yeah, just taking this single Jules there. Bobo bringing up the dance of the butterfly now. Zensari's gone. They might be able to find one back. They do. Impunity down, so trading out the Vanguards here. Gonna nullify some of the health up front. Soul Resurgence from Fidel as well, just trying to keep their team online here. See if they can nullify some of the impact. That is going to be completely nullified. Wiped out there. Good trade from Smash though to keep it up a while longer, but it can only last so long. Big fight here could be what DarkZero needs to change it up. Bobo zoned out. This is massive for Amazing, and now they're continuing to train their way through. Fidel could be the next target, but they retreat. They know when to take the next battle.
Gotta look at the point though. They almost try to get the back cap. Overtime forced away thanks to DarkZero recontesting on the point, and the isolated ChopperMag, they find Fidel first again, but they can keep this fight going. Matzy, you got that freedom charge from Duep. Zeds is gonna try diving down. Heaven's Descent also looking at DarkZero. Impunity doing the same thing, paving the path, but they've lost out on velocity. No BRB for DarkZero to keep this fight.
Oh, the legend has been locked back up. Sia coming online from Skittles here. The denial is insane.
The Galactic Legend getting canceled at the hands of Moto right there too. They get the stun, and Zenz is able to get the KO onto Amazing. Another stun onto Smash because Bobo is having his way onto Velocity. The backline in trouble. Smash is the next to go down. Bobo saying, you want to try to match me on this Psylocke? Say no mas, because I will take it any day. Overtime now taking away for ChopperMag to take this map.
Nicely done. Madara is down, and the OT timer over and out. ChopperMag take away map number 1.
Talk about a little bit of revenge here.
Into this one, lockdown on one of the strategists here, but it is going to be Pathic taking point already. 3 down, and looking to see if they can zone out more. They will annihilate the frontline offense here, sent straight back to the gates before it even began.
Patrick having a little bit of fun, literally annihilating Dark.
Yeah, looking to see if there is going to be a way to break the walls down there. Zensari getting closer and closer to the strangling prison as well. Could be a big problem for DarkZero here. All they need to do, single out somebody, try and see if they can catch something here. I think Jeff Nader is going to be a big problem later as well. But now, Jared is strangling prison, jumping down. The heel's good though. It's Jeff going out from Kurova at the right time here. Are they going to be able to catch anyone though? They do find Zensari. This is big. They can drop him off. Oh, are they going to make it? Yes, they will.
And it was a pull-in too, but it was a nice backup from Skittles to get the revenge onto Kurova. Meteor M looking right dead at the side of Seduction, but invisible boundary for invisible boundary. You have the protection of the pillar. If you are Madara on that Angela, nice follow-up to get this here as Velocity. The invisible boundary goes down, but you have the passive from Bobo to come back, and guess what? He's got the Born again in case they need it here, and with the Omega Hurricane, all Bobo needs to do is hide in the wings of the shadows up here, and now behind the wall, he gets it. Born again, the Karmic Revival to bring them back.
Bringing them back. Duep are not going to be receiving that revival too little too late, but their team is still online here for the moment. Oh, Living Chi coming online out from Smash now, trying to see if they can push their way in. Bethic does have the Meteor up. I might be able to pop something down. Velocity goes down, nicely done. Focused up on the strategist, going to be traded out by Smash though, and we're going to see if they can clash their way in. Duep on the portal. Luckily, they're there in time.
Huge here, too, for Duep to get this reset with the portal because they already had used that Karmic Revival, right? So now they need to make sure that they can stall for as long as possible. DarkZero haven't gotten to that second checkpoint just yet, but Kurova's got the It's Jeff. He initiates it right off the rip here, and Zenz does have the piece of the Abyss. Have to look for the anti-heal as Kurova needs some help. He tries to get enabled. He sends out one. It's going to be Pethic, the victim, and the number advantage first now goes to DarkZero.
Yeah, moving up to clear the path here. Make sure they don't get caught out of this one. Smash doing a good job just to pump up the damage from afar as well, maintaining those tight lines of sight. No one looking to go down just yet. Skittles prepared with the boundary as well. That could get traded if it does get popped. And there's Heaven's Retribution coming out. Madara looking to see if they can get more. Soul Resurgence jumping out as well. Bobo does find them though.
Heaven's Retribution, no more in that side room. And that was all thanks to Fidel keeping them alive.
And now Bobo has the Karmic Revival online as well. So if things get a bit scary here, they can always bring their team back. Galactic Legend, we're going to bring up a bunch of damage. Boundary going to at least nullify that impact there. And they found Impunity in the meanwhile. Jeff coming up as well. It's time for the Kraken impact here. And they catch Kurova. That is huge for Pethic. Jumping onto two. Looking to send them back in all the way to spawn. Yeah, looking to come in for a big hug here. Let's see if they are going to be able to find it. And sorry, we're going to put them in a state of sedation. They do have Agamotto available. Here we go. Popping up. Oh, they're pushed away. That was big. Coming through from DarkZero. Dancing the butterfly. Isolating them as well. What a response there. They're going to be born again, though, thanks to Bobo.
They didn't call out where Bobo is. Look where he is. Right up on the high ground behind another castle wall. And he brings back the rest of ChopperMag as the MVP. Would be ashamed if that Dance of the Butterflies was all for good and not for anything as Impunity gets taken down next.
Just under a minute to go here. Pressure is building up. DarkZero need to find a way to take control into this one, but ChopperMag have all the tools left available. Duep taking a bit of damage, but they're still standing strong. Soul Resurgence traded out with the Strangling Prison there, so everybody's still getting a slice of the pie here. Madara forced back. They go down. Bobo, nice impact out of that one, but they're still standing tall.
Man, if it isn't with the passive, it's being able to find these crucial shots if you are on that Adam Warlock Bobo. DarkZero cannot give up this space. Eye of Agamotto, though, coming in. It only finds Madara and it allows Velocity to help them out. But that's all three strategist ultimates used at the same time. But it's worth it when Kurova finds two of your strategists. Dark
through this and see if they can take it to them.
It doesn't just happen in your own respective games at home, everybody. It happens here in Pro Play all the time to force out this stall. Overtime, Smash, Galactic Legend looks at Bobo, who's still alive here safely at the hands of Skittles in that invisible boundary. But it is Pethic who finds a first pick onto Impunity, who can't use a piece of the Abyss, as a huge push away from the Eye of Agamotto helps out the backline of ChopperMag.
Nicely done there. Velocity going to be able to find Duep, and a Karmic Revival comes online. Duep is back into the fray here. They're trying to focus up, focus them down. So Resurgence runs its course. Impunity still has the Feast of the Abyss here, though, waiting patiently for that timer there. And there it is, straight into the back line. Fidel goes down. Skittles in a bit of trouble as well. They are trying to punish the back line onto this one. DarkZero still empowered, still holding on here. And ChopperMag need to do it all.
And with Velocity making that swap over and looking at Pet, they could actually try to isolate him, but they cannot get off the point. As Madara, Korova, he helps out Velocity in the process, and you're trying to block them out in their own choke points. It is only up to Duev, but the invisible boundary saves the day for ChopperMag, keeping his overtime fight going.
It goes on and on into this one. Velocity ready with the God of Mischief has gone down. This is big for ChopperMag. They may just be able to do something with this one. Cracking impact into the Agamotto. The Agamotto finds no impact, but they're still fighting, still shooting their way through. Amazing, in deep trouble there, but there you go. ChopperMag, hold it down.
The biggest checkmate was finding Velocity before the God of Mischief was able to be used.
To push on for free, otherwise they will fly high like a bird. And now, looking to see if they can fight on again. It's the boundary coming up, the picks coming through, they've doubled down, looking for more around the corner as well. DarkZero, the pressure is on, Amazing, not able to get the Ensong Inferno off. Everybody will go down, and the fight rages on. Ratatoska takes, just trying to stagger him out, stall as long as possible. Ensong Inferno coming out from Bobo, lots of damage around the back there. That's going to cause a bit of an issue, but it's all healed up within a moment. Got a Mischief coming online as well. Ooh, looking to play around. Let's see if the Eternal Bond will keep him in it. Zia coming online as well. Bobo goes down. Amazing responding with the Ensong Inferno, but they've still got those Vanguard ultimates for ChopperMag. Zero, not as so close. They don't have much utility at all to deal with here, and already the Soul Resurgence coming up. Amazing getting closer and closer to the Ensong Inferno. Could be at the right time, but maybe not. Smash into a bit of trouble. They do reset the Ensong Inferno though, so it's not all over.
Behind them, and DarkZero, they know the assignment. They hold it down again. And ChopperMag, they keep getting taken out in a lot of these team fights, but they have 2 ultimates for this next one.
Full marks into that one, A+, and they're looking to solve the next equation as well. More fights will be online here. They're going to be able to draw the line. They're going to be able to hold them off. It's all going to be tested into this one, because DarkZero, all they have is a Meteor. Pretty close to those Strategist ultimates, though. They're going to come in clutch into this one, and it's who will activate first, who will press the big red button.
Well, we see the iframes come out from Smash again from the It's Jeff to combat that of Zen Starry and that Grew Hug. We're gonna have to see with Zen's, without any ult necessary, finds Impunity. Korova with the survivability, he goes forward with the Eternal Bomb. Modro misses out on that Meteor M right there, hitting the noggin of that top of that wall. Invisible boundary, it's Jeff. He tries to block him out, but too little, too late. He finds them here together, and with 2 members out, it's back to the...
everything for DarkZero, and now they're back on the mission area, trying to stall them out. The fight is on!
I love the positioning of this Doctor Strange portal, giving them some cover, but it's a side of seduction, lifting them up together with Zen's and the group wall. Mora cannot be saved, and the Meteor M will not be on board. It's another overtime fight. Invisible boundary from Fidel as Bobo comes crashing down to save them from the It's Jeff, but he's protected for now. Smash, he can't survive, but it's fine. He does the job. He still fights you up. He finds Pethig, but DarkZero, they're struggling to hold on.
Struggling to hold on, struggling to lock it in there. Madara, the last hope with the Meteor, trying to boot Fidel down the back. They get them. The fight is on the mission area right now. Everybody's holding on. The Seers online. Zenstarry, Skittles doing whatever they can with the walls here. But the Eternal Bond will keep DarkZero in the driving seat.
Madara with the infinite Tsukiyomi, he can't even hold it for any longer. He brings him up, and it's a stall off the Meteor M, off the Protect, together with Velocity. They can come out, but ChopperMag, they come back in numbers. Velocity forced to use the lamp, and now we are going through another rotate of these strategist ults, but Bobo and Fidel, they've taken out the vanguards of DarkZero.
Here it is, big hug, it's all Resurgence, good loot spiders coming at you with the Eye of Agamotto. It's the KO show for ChopperMag right now, and they push it over the line and take map number 2. Yeah, great to see that they can play into the resurrection composition, and Kurova already taking damage out the Jet here. Looking to take a tight line assignment. Velocity's gone down. Dueb on the Thor, bringing out that God of Thunder, and looking to see if they can cause DarkZero to blunder here. But
surviving through that at the end of the invisible boundary, but that's why Kurova has the born again, the Karmic Revival. He brings back the entirety of DarkZero. As you can see, the Sonic Seduction at the hands of Madara, and a nice repositioning from Zenz to then just put himself behind them and the Eye of Agamotto, but it gets blocked out. Beautiful retaliation from DarkZero. Look behind them.
The God of Thunder comes online as well, but amazing, keeping them up with the Seer here, pumping up the damage numbers, trying to see if they can pummel them down. Khonshu coming online from Bobo. Kurova does manage to catch Skittles into the fray there, so nicely done to shut down some of the impact, but Impunity down one in the same. Good trades coming out up front here. The pressure is on right now. DarkZero need to stall them out as long as possible with the boundary. They can succeed in that endeavor, take them down to at least the middle mark perhaps, but Madara does catch Zenstari, now whittling down the opposing forces bit by bit here. DarkZero are powering up.
He's got that soul bouncer too, right? He is doing a lot of that damage, and he's got that Karmic Revival for this next fight.
Everybody pulling down, but they're born again. Kurova coming in clutch over and over.
And from the back end here too, but while he brings them up, it could be above Faye, as Pethic is forced to back away with the Sharknado in hand. He finds Velocity, at least takes one with him, and he's also trying to get DarkZero to look at them, while ChopperMag just walked the dog with the payload.
Yeah, just backlining the mission area there, looking good for them, and getting a ton of KOs while they do it, stalling their way through into the OT timer there, and they will get an impressive KO around the back, but now DarkZero, they're right back up front, and they will not allow them freedom to pass. But alas, the portal comes through, portal combat, and it's all on once again.
But it didn't take so long to allow Velocity and Kurova to come right back around too. They're trying to get the body block through the portal, while Zenz, he's got that Eye of Agamotto, but with the Sonic Seduction coming out online, you have the Eye of Agamotto trying to go right through the other side of the portal. He gets pushed back. Velocity close to an invisible boundary. Look at Pethic though, and that Omega Hurricane. They may have to desync if he doesn't get it on time, depending on how DarkZero try to take these fights. He activates it first. Skittles doesn't have it here with the It's Jeff, and he's trying to rotate around to isolate Velocity.
Isolate the final, won't be able to get much from it though. Clobbering time coming up. Gonna try and see if they can isolate Velocity. Not gonna be able to catch it though. Impunity back with the Seer. Chokeslam into it. Skittles. Its Jab is online. Are they gonna be able to catch them? Take their team through it. Ooh, they do. They've caught him. They've caught Amazing there. And look to fall back onto this one.
And with Fidel here too in the Soul Resurgence, they bring everybody together, but ChopperMag, they're down in numbers, and DarkZero, they're keeping the stall going. All eyes on Kurova if he has that passive, as he's got the board again, the Karmic Revival, and Bobo, he sends it forward, the Down Hell now instead, just trying to give in the brawl, bring the fight over to the back line instead. He's found Kurova, and he doesn't have the passive. They tracked him, so that means he will not have the Karmic Revival. Eye of what? Zenz, he uses it first as Amazing. He gets caught off, and the Eye of Agamotto at the hands of Zenz finds 3.
Huge stuff coming through from ChopperMag there. At long last, they blast through DarkZero, and the mission vehicle stays online. Herbie is reloaded. At long last, the hard work pays off, and they're on for another stretch towards the next capture point here. Both teams a clean slate, no ults. Will they be able to throw the jabs, throw the haymakers into this one to single them out for more impact? It's all going to come down to these critical little moments. Duep always scouting ahead for their team, trying to see if they can catch someone off guard, but it could be one way or the other. But now we slow to almost a whisper. Velocity being targeted, but it's not going to happen just yet.
Trying to creep here over to the side, and it's going to build into Skittles and that invisible boundary. The Strategist ultimate online first in favor for ChopperMag, while Bobo just keeps getting the damage done, building into another Dance of the Butterfly. Mythic jumps up, the Devil v Devil fight here too. They try to unleash it as Zenstari is going to be able to find Madara. Once again, the interruption between the double Angela and ChopperMag are trying to clear the space around that next corner, forcing them back. Zen, another pickup, this time onto Smash. I love the follow-ups that we are seeing within ChopperMag.
Huge stuff coming through from them there. They single out, wipe out DarkZero here. It could all come down to one last fight into this one as Herbie is going towards the final stretch here. It's going to come down to who pops first, who is going to be able to find such impactful KOs. And Starry already isolating them in spawn there, gaining a little bit more distance on the mission vehicle. But it's a dance to the butterfly right off the back here. Bobo has gone through. Looking to see if they can slice through more. Impunity, Beast of the Abyss comes out. They're doing everything to stay online here, but is it going to be enough, Vicky?
Oh no, and even with the Sia, Impunity gets taken out at the hands of Bobo. He's found 3, he's found 4 at the start of this fight as you let the devil out at the hands of Ryan Amazing, trying to find everybody. Korova with the invisible boundary. It's going to be a Venn diagram together with that and Skittles, but Bobo is not getting stuck. He is looking to get this payload to the finish line. He gets another Dance of the Butterflies, but it's actually on the other side of Smash. He tries to get the follow-up with Impunity, finding Pethic. They have some time to breathe. Overtime ticking away, and ChopperMag, they have not gotten into the finish line, but it is the stall that allows Zenz to come back and be the insurance policy for Bobo.
Insurance policy online, but the dance of the butterfly is online once again. Velocity down and more to follow. Bobo tearing their way through there. DarkZero, don't let up, but ChopperMag push it through the gates.
Trying to get up on the high ground, trying to get something done. They've recognized that Zenz is a problem, and with Bobo also taking to the skies, they have to find the isolation, maybe a kidnap here as he tries to get the grab, but unfortunately misses out on getting that follow-up. A nice freeze too onto Fidel, but they try to send up to the high ground. They're trying to stop Zenstari.
You can tell when they're going for things like this, they're desperate to find an answer here. If they can just land that critical little catch there, it could be everything to break the defensive line, but they just haven't been able to find that.
Is this the end for DarkZero and their tournament run with this final judgment? You see the bubble protecting Bobo. Pethic looking up, but a nice protect. Thanks the hands of Impunity being on that Hulk. They shut down Pethic as he comes up. No Meteor M to help him out. And it is ChopperMag backing away. They're giving the space right now, but it looks like the Wolverine is at least able to get the kidnaps and follow-ups, but the Angela is still a problem as Zenz is able to get away.
Big timing on the shield there does not enable Pethic to answer. Soul Resurgence coming out now. Training strategist ults into this one. And looking to see if Smash can catch Zenstari. Not gonna happen. Madara bringing out the Psionic Seduction. It's time for the Rage of Ultron in to the Heaven's Retribution here. Boundary gonna be coming up as well. They're trying to catch something through this one, but no one is going down yet. But the last dead. But a big timing. Zenstari's out of here. Freedom Charge keeping them on for a little longer. And they found Velocity.
The final stand dive down to get the triple stun with Fidel. Gonna be able to help them out though. While they were fixated at enabling Smash, guess what? Fidel just has his way. And with less than 30 seconds on the clock, they need all the space, they need all the stall for them to benefit. Skittles with the itch chef though, as Impunity is gonna be able to go berserk, get the reset, and jump right back over to this payload. They need to try to get it to the first checkpoint, but it gets recontested thanks to the portal from Zen.
Nicely done to stall them out. Herbie going to be coming to a hold. Impunity down as well. This is a major pick onto the Vanguard there. Trying their best to beat up the front lines here. The OT timer still runs through. Smash in deep trouble. The Rage of Ultron right around the back. Velocity desperately staying alive, but they find double strategist. Invincible Pulse Cannon does nothing here. ChopperMag are ripping them to shreds.
They tip the hat at DarkZero. They try to end their run, and with a number advantage and a Meteor M point blank at their spawn room gates, DarkZero desperately crawling, trying to stay alive, but ChopperMag, they're looking at that prize pool, and they're looking to stay in the tournament.
They have done it! ChopperMag will be sending DarkZero home! Amazing stuff coming through from the team from down under. Smiles all around. Coach J-Mac gonna be